Well, hello, folks, and welcome to Todd's Treehouse. It's been a while since I streamed, so been working on some stuff. Thought I would log back on stream for everybody. Today we are doing ARK. We're going to start off in Ragnarok, playing on a private server. I do play with some other friends, so at this point, at some point, they may join me. Today's stream is sponsored by the NAPHL. It is a prospect hockey league, and a few of them, most of them go on into NCAA and the third tier leagues. Few of them have made it into the NHL, and yes, I have met a few of them. It's also sponsored today by Warner's. It is a Michigan winery, and today we have some peach honey wine. Cheers to everybody out there. And Coffee Black, welcome. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Coffee. How are you doing? Coffee Black joined the stream and is in chat. Please don't forget to jump in chat, say something, ask questions. So today we are on a Ragnarok server. As I said, this is a private server. This is my character, Todd's Treehouse, and we are currently level 100. This is a private server run by a very, very good friend of mine, Ruby. And Ruby stepped away, but she will be back. I'm going to give you a quick tour, some of the stuff that's gone on. This server's been around for a while, and earlier today, none of this here existed. This is all an addition that I worked on, and their latest big addition is the replicator. Coffee, I am doing absolutely great stuff, feeling better. For those of you who know me, I do watch a lot of people's streams and interact with them. I was sick for about a month and a half, 2 months, and it wasn't anything serious. It was just constantly being sick, and it seems like my body has finally decided to clear all that up. So we are at Ruby's original main base. As you can see, we have a plethora out here of animals, of which are taken care of. This is a server that several people played on. A lot of them have moved to different servers right now, so and playing in different things. So we're just going to take a quick kind of tour around and see what's going on. Being a private server, we can adjust the rates of stuff. So we have taken liberty of this. This is Ruby's Ice Baby. We changed the level so we could get ice drakes, ice wyverns. I call them wyverns or drakes from playing in Aberration. But this is back on Ragnarok. Also playing on another server that's managed by another friend of ours, Biddy, and we are running Aberration on that server, and we may visit that later in the stream. These are some of the pets that I've picked up along the way. And as you can see, my favorite colors are green and purple. This is Greenie Rex. Really haven't done a lot with these guys yet because we've been involved in some other projects. And as I said, this is kind of the main base that Ruby originally built. It was just this little building right here with her little workshop in there, some pets, and I spent the morning doing some additions to it. Not exactly sure where we're going to go with this, but we do have kind of a neat thing that we've brought in here, which is a teleporter. And we've got some pumps going there. So an argument was brought up that, is this cheating? Yes, it's cheating. Anytime you play modifications to a game that are outside of the original game parameters made by the designers, it's cheating. But you know what? I don't care. Nobody's getting hurt from it. Now, if I cheated in my real job, then somebody might get hurt. So we are going to, because I don't have any flying mounts here, we are going to teleport, and we're going to take you to Todd's waterfall house. I know I have a flying pet here, and this is something that I was really, really proud of that I have built. So we got the teleporter set. Anything inside this bubble will teleport with me. So if I have a mount with me, it will teleport. Now, we are on a waterfall, and it looks like Mr. Rex moved a little bit. Let's get him back up. That is a skin. I'm going to jump on Sweeney Red Wings here. Maybe. Come on. Oh, Sweeney does not have a saddle. That's right. So let's jump on Mr. Griffey over here, and I'm going to take you for a quick fly around. Some of these mounts have not been used recently, so as you can see, I've got some points to put in them. Okay, so anyways, this is the base from the outside. And get a look. It's got a beautiful view between the little valley here, and then as you can see, you fly into it, and it's mounted on a pedestal with support beams underneath, and it's made of glass and steel. And then well, I'm terrible at that. Please don't do that. Some of the other games I play, the run command is the spacebar, and this flying mounts are the spacebar. So I'm constantly going down when I shouldn't be. So this is another look, and if you look at it from way up high, let's go up high and then look down. It makes a T for Todd's Treehouse. In relativity to the main base, it's really not that far away. There's the castle, and then the main base where I was just at and teleported over from. That base is back here. And we also have some stuff set up down here. Sharpie built us a elevator. We've got some water supply and some gigas down here protecting it. Right now we're running about 5 different bases, and I'll take you back there in just a second. This is the main base. It's got a training pen right here. Pretty big area, a greenhouse. This is little Mikey G's private residence. This is Darka's residence. She hasn't been on in a while. And then we have some other flying platform animals around here. Some Rexes. Another little capture and training area. And then up here, this is where Sharp's base or house was. He is in the process of moving to a top secret location. So having played Aberration for a while, I really miss the views that you get from Ragnarok. So we've kind of gone in and gone back to this for a while. This is kind of my main server that I'm playing on right now. I've been invited to several others, including PvP servers. I'm not a PvP player. It's just, for me, the amount of work I put into some of my structures and stuff like that, I just don't want to see it be destroyed. So, all right, so we are going to land back over here. Hopefully, I am out of stamina. Come on. All right. So your flying mounts have what's called stamina. And when they run out of stamina, they stop flying and they immediately just turn and land. So this one decided to land. Its stamina is built back up. You can see that in the upper right. Remember, there's a little electric thing. This is one that I don't use very often. So it's just kind of there. So let's go and look at, this is something I'm really proud of. Like I said, I like to build, and that's one of the really cool things about this game. So as you come in, I've got my teleport pad here. In this little room right here is my power supply thing, and it's a generator which controls everything. And the wings are batting. Right now I'm good on gasoline, which is powering that. So let's shut the door and head on in. Stuck with burgundy and goldish yellow here. And this is my, it's a three-tiered, two-tiered, three-tiered, however you want to call it. It's multi-tiered, very open build. This is one of my little pets. I picked him up in the south corner of the thing, and we've added also on here a furniture mod. This is glass floors, so it's a little bit freaky the first time you play and you walk across it, but as you can see, it's just got some really amazing views. Sweeney Crosby is I love hockey. Not a big fan of Crosby, but it was a Penguin, so I kind of had to do it. Of course, I've got my different storage things. I've got our formal table over here. Again, these are a mod that we use. That's an addition. As you look down, you can see the waterfalls below you. You can hear them, and you can just sit in one of these chairs. And I'm going to have a seat here. Maybe have a seat here. Oh, I've got some wires hidden there. And then, as you can see, if I go into there's my view. Drink my morning coffee. And look outside over the waterfalls. This is actually a dream house of mine, would be to live in something like this. So if you ever read about some guy that won a big lottery and built a house like this on a mountainside out in Colorado next to a ski slope, that would be me. This is my master bedroom. This is all American-made furniture. So, and then inside of it, these are all storage units where we keep different things. And part of me sometimes wishes I was this organized in my personal life. I've not put a deck on here. I thought about it, but it's just kind of, the views are already so good. And then you come down here, another little sitting area and table there. Come up here. I did add a couple air conditioning units. Unfortunately, I can't paint them. And then I have extra bedrooms for the guests to come and stay with storage. And then a nice little sitting area with a fire here. So, no access to the roof. It's just something that I was thinking about doing, but I just like the pad I built out here. And so, I didn't do anything with that. I'm going to get back on Mr. Griffin here. I just saw a drop. One of the things, for those of you who don't play this game, basically the premise of it is we have been captured and taken from Earth by some dark overlord, and he put an implant in our arm and dropped us on a island, in this case, which is Ragnarok. You basically start off on the shore with a loincloth, and then over time, you start making hatchets and stuff like that. You have to learn how to feed yourself. Well, these supply drops come down, and every once in a while, we get a really, really good drop like that one. That was a saddle. What was that? Did somebody join? I just got an alert and I'm not exactly sure what that alert was. Razor Funk Gaming, welcome to the channel. Thank you for the subscription. I lost my place as I was flying down. We just got picked up a saddle from a drop, and flying back to my little house right here. I did capture this bird the other day, not this one, but the one that's up there flying. That was actually a capture, and I trained it. And I'm just realizing that I actually have absolutely no weapons or anything on me right now because that is at a different base. And I believe this saddle that I just got is an ascendant level saddle for this type of bird. So that was really lucky because I didn't have any. Let's bump his speed up a little bit, get the stamina up. And then we're going to fly back over to our main base. And pick up my gear that I left behind there. So if you're new here, I'm not sure exactly, someone came in, subscribed, and for those of you who don't know me, my name is Todd, i.e. Todd's Treehouse. I stream for fun. My regular job in the real world is I am a rescue paramedic in southeast Michigan. So I see bad stuff every once in a while, and this is kind of my relaxation on my days off. All right, now I have to find where I put all my gear. All right, let's get our gear back. I always like to have at least one extra pick with me, and we're not going to go anywhere right now where we cold weather. So I'm not going to bring my, well, you know what? Let me grab my cold weather gear too, because I may actually need that. Don't need that. One of the mods we run here is S+. We run several different modifications to the server. So this is far from unofficial server in any means of speak or anything. You know, I could just call over one of my flyers. Let me see if I can find my cold weather gear. I've been doing a lot of bouncing around, so some of my gear has been quickly dumped into other spots. My gear is generally pretty easy to recognize as it has color. Yeah, we're pretty set on resources here. A couple other people have played on this server. I know there was a gentleman, he may actually be streaming right now. Crazy Caution Man was playing here for a while. And Coffee Black, who was in the stream or may still be in the stream, played with us here for a while. He's got a couple little bases that he set up. So, all right, where is my stuff at? The next one I know is all skins because I just did that. All right, let's do this. All right, one of the recent additions we put in here was another mod, and I do not for the life of me know the name of it, but it allows us to put chips in our animals and to recall them. And basically the joke is this was put in for me. I am notorious about losing flyers. I land improperly, I grab aggro, and the next thing I know, my flyer is gone somewhere. So Sharp, who's a young English lad, suggested this mod. So basically, I put a little honing device in my flying mounts or any of my pets it'll work on, and then I use the honing device to bring one to me. But you have to first make them. So I'm going to I've got it up in my hand. I'm going to right click, and then these are all of my different mounts that have them in there. Let's see here. And other players too that have them in there. So all of mine, most of mine have the word Sweeney in them. Somebody says, what's Sweeney mean? Sweeney Todd is a great musical, and my name's Todd, and it just kind of one day just went together. So let's see here. Okay, he has some levels in him. Let's see, or she. This is a female. To get these wyverns, you actually have to collect eggs. There's 2 different spots that we'll go visit. I was able to locate, kind of by accident, a second spawn spot that does provide for some fun. We've got a base set up at the volcano spawn area for the wyverns, and then we've got one at the what we're calling our cave base. That is pretty cool. We'll visit there in a little bit. We also have a redwoods base with a house there that I built, more of a relaxation place, and then we have a desert area sand base that was actually built in the same spot that Syntax built his. Coffee. Yes, that's right, but I'll be back when I finish my new computer. What are you building, Coffee? I'm just curious. I had this computer custom made by a company out in California. I sat down one day at the office, and a guy that knows all kinds of stuff about computers basically sat down with me, and I ordered each part, and then they built it. So all right, let's add some stamina here. This is an ice wyvern, and interestingly enough, speed is not one of the things that you can change in these. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. Some of this stuff would have been like super good when we first started, but it gets to a point where you progress, and let's see here. We'll keep the arrows and the extra pick there. We've already got one on So let me quick dump this stuff. Put some prime on there. Pull this off. And put this in the smoker. Oil, not rum, oil. So we're going to pull in some oil through our magic oil pulling system or anything. And we're going to pull in the oil from the pump. Basically, we're taking the prime that we have and we're turning it into prime meat jerky. And then with the jerky, we can, it lasts much longer. I've already got 118 pieces, which is more than enough. But we'll throw this meat in there. Yeah, we're kind of loaded heavy on a lot of different stuff. And as you can see, we have some eggs. These are actually some really lower level eggs that we've picked up. These eggs that are at this base, these were all picked up at the volcano base. We got a 190 fire right there, and this is one I picked up the other day, a ice wyvern. As long as they're in refrigeration, they last quite some time. But once they get out and you pull them out into your bag, it will start a decomposition time. So there is so much to learn about this game. When I first started it, if it was not the help like with people like Coffee who's watching the stream, I would absolutely still be beating my keyboard. A lot of great help, a lot of great support along the way from some people that helped me learn how to play the game, and then also, you know, helped me provide it with resources to initially get started. And now, as somebody comes on, I'm kind of the helper, so to speak. I already have the graphics card, T1080. Oh, nice, 11 gigs. No, I need the rest. You gonna run AMD or Intel? Just curious. Just curious. And really, no judgment. They're both good. I actually think I've got Intel in this one. Oh, well, thank you for pooping on my head. That's another thing about this game. Is whoever designed this is like fascinated with poop. Oh, there's one of my other flying mounts. I forgot I had him up there. Sweeney Poison. Well, since Coffee's in the channel, we're going to fly along, which at this point we're flying east. We are on the north side of the island. Let me get a map up here and show you. We are the blue dot there. And so we are on the northeastern side of the island. And when I first started, I was like two squares straight over. And that's where the original base that I started building was at about 2030 in that area. Or maybe a little further, maybe about 25, 10, probably about 1025 would have been where it originally started. And then I actually moved out into a treehouse with the help of some other people. And then I switched over to Aberration, got really involved on a server there. And then we decided to come back and give this stuff a go again. So now I'm flying over the little cove, and this is right now something in the works. Pretty much Ruby is the one who's responsible for all of this. I had no building here. Is that my turtle? You know what? I think I tamed a couple turtles the other day, and I literally forgot about them. Yeah, that's my turtle. And then we've got some megalodons. Basically, they're sharks. Ooh, nice coffee. Yeah, I've had both AMD and this is an Intel in this one. Both of them have been pretty good for me. But right now, I'm really happy with this setup. I'm running 2 screens right now and actually can run 3, which I just found out. So I'm going to be in the process soon of actually maybe later today or tomorrow. Getting the other screen set up. It's an older screen. It's an old square screen actually, but with this new screen that I just got a little bit ago, this has got the high-end graphics, and we get another saddle. The nice thing on private servers is you can adjust drop rates. You can adjust what you're getting as far as materials, respawning, and because a lot of us that play this don't really have a whole super lot amount of time. We've kind of taken advantage of the builds, and so right now I'm actually going to visit Coffee's base, or Coffee's house, and I found this by accident the other day. Coffee. It's more like a prison. Hey, Coffee! Teabag, 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 teabagging your Coffee Black. As you can see, he needs to get a interior decorator. Maybe some windows. I don't know. Maybe it's a dungeon sex slave. Teabag, teabag. Coffee is a great guy. He does a lot with other streamers. You'll hear him on other streams. Very knowledgeable guy. Knows a lot about a lot of different games. Very helpful. And then this is Coffee's other little base that he built. He's got some gardens out here. Very well designed on the gardens. And don't know if I don't know when the last time he's been on this server, when it was. All right, when did that get added? Now I am confused. This is Coffee's other house and one of Coffee's pets there. Coffee is kind of just a straight to the core builder. Who is this person? I don't know. It doesn't say. Oh, that's Cat Games. That is Cat Games. Teabagging Cat Games. But as you can see, this is kind of where he was doing most of his work. I don't know if he planned on moving or not. So, and then he's got a second story here, with nothing up here. Let's see how his the health on this guy's doing. Get some food in here. Alright, let's see here. Do they have anything in the trough? Oh, his trough is completely out. Let's see here. Stack half. Put some food in his trough for him. Let me go collect some berries here in a bit. So we're going to kind of go up the hill a little bit. This is where I originally started. Okay, that wasn't. Okay, now I know where I am. We're running into iPaul's house. And this little piece of property right here. This was my original Todd's Treehouse. Todd's Treehouse of Love. This was the first build that I made. And kind of cozy. Not a whole lot of stuff here. Yeah, I'm gonna dig up some berries for you and put it in. I was gonna go grab one of those. I've learned a lot about building since then, so I've been able to improve on my quality of building skills and ways to avoid stuff like these cracks in the builds. So you know, it's like any game. You got and this was my view. I'm always kind of a view guy, and sometimes I'll just grab a cup of coffee or a bourbon or a glass of wine and just sit here and relax. So let's see here. All right, so this was my original house. Let me go get something that we'll gather up some berries quick, and then I can fill that up here. I cannot remember whose little property this one is. This over here, this little piece of property belongs to Crazy Caution Man. And at one point he was streaming on here, and this was his original. Like, oh, we got a red drop over there. And he has no food in here, so I got to get some food in this. But first, we're going to go get this red drop. Different mounts, too, will collect different things. Some collect wood, some collect berries, some... so you kind of have to be... Like, one of the cool things about this is by hitting the C key, I can actually harvest wood and thatch. And then I always hit the F key and jump off. And oh, wow. Wow. I will take that. That's some Ascendant pants there. All right. So yeah, as I was saying before I got into a tiny little battle there, different dinosaurs collect different things. So like this Long John right here, he is a big berry collector. So since this is not my pet, unhitch. This guy will collect some berries, so we're going to run him around and get some berries and get some of this stuff full. Because he's such a big guy, he turns really slow. But he'll also collect a lot of stuff very quickly. Where if I did this by hand, I suppose I could have used coffees. I think this is what he had to go collect some berries. Sometimes I don't always think things the simplest direction. And the feeding troughs are really nice because those will give us a range that you can feed an entire group of people by. Not sure. Something of ours was just killed, and not sure whose that was or where that was at. All right, well, this will maybe get, I don't know if, I can't remember if Paul has his own feeding trough up here or not, but we'll, what? Where is this at? No! Yeah, so basically what we're going to do is get all the berries out of here. And the seeds. You can use the seeds to plant them. The one berries you don't want to put in there are the narco berries and the stem root berries, because those will actually, that's how you drug stuff or stimulate stuff. So we're going to throw these in here, and this will start feeding the people that are probably pretty hungry, and I'll have to come back later and make sure that we get some food in there. And I'm going to take Long John here back. And I figured out by what was coming up on the screen what was being killed. So we're going to put this guy back. And I'll have to come back later and make sure that these guys are all fed and everything. And we're going to hitch him because he was hitched when I left. But I've got stuff killing off a base of mine. So let's see, what do I have for food in here? Oh, crap, and I forgot to grab berries for his feeder. Alright, so let me go down here real quick. Let me pull one stack of berries out. Get some meat out of here. Because my guy can go without meat for a while. 100. Alright, that's going to go back in you. And this, and this. And we're going to put that in this feeding bin. And it's probably going to start going away really, really quick. Look at some of these numbers. This is stuff that people are. Stuff is hungry and it's catching up because it hasn't been fed in a while.
Hello.
Well, hello, Ruby. Welcome. This is Ruby the Sunshine. She is the owner of the server that we are playing on. The goddess of all. And it's just a really super awesome person in general.
Well, thanks. Such kind words.
I was showing giving everything a tour. I'm over Crazy's in the original base setup over here, and none of these animals over here have any food, so I'm kind of like putting some food in some of the feeding troughs, but I'm gonna have to work on that later. Not sure if yellow is its favorite berries. And also, Ruby, a bunch of stuff just ran across the screen, and it appears that something is out level 200 and something at the Redwood space. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh. I also put one of those things here.
You know what things? Oh, a teleporter. Okay. All right, cool. Cool. I don't think I'd put one there. I think that's the last place we had to put one. Although I don't know if there was one that was at the the volcano base. Hey, if you're there, are you still there? Can you see if I have some cold weather gear in one of the container?
Yeah.
And we're gonna go visit where Ruby is right now. Let's see, map. So right now, let me let this focus in. This is kind of the original area where I started. And then if you look off to your left, if you aim over that, there's a little mound. Oh. We're going to turn around real quick here. I told you I originally had a treehouse.
No, there is no fur deer here.
Okay. It's probably up at the cave base. So as you can see, this is a nice little beautiful area here. And with the help of a couple people, coffee included, I was able to start on this project, which was my original treehouse that I was building. And hold on, I got some stuff here that I have to take care of before I get off. Yeah, you there, fella. Hello. Because that stuff will eventually... So anyways, this, folks, I'm sorry. I get easily distracted. Just say the word squirrel and I'm gone. This was my original base. iPaul built this pad for me. And then I started with just this little wooden shed up here. And this was my original bed shack. And then I started adding on, building coffee black. And see, this is why they put that thing in there. My mount just took off and flew on me. Not sure why. But Mr. Coffee Black put that piping in there for me. And then I built this guy. You know, I was trying to see if you have any food in you. Oh, I need to feed these guys. So this was my original home for my first tree house and my first dodo pets. I had my own little workshop out here. And I was in the process of building a second floor. And I think we have a visitor. We do! Ahoy there, maiden! Ah! You are so special! I need some berries.
Hello.
Hold on, I gotta get some berries for my... Where are berries? There's... Oh, crap. I'm coming in with something, Ruby. I did not see it. What the heck? Something is up here.
I can't get up there. You gotta run back down.
I can't. I'm like knocked out. I have no idea what's killing me.
Oh.
What's a Tordon?
Oh, Trudons.
Trudon. Is it dead? Shoot, I don't even know if I have a gravestone here or not.
Go to the main base and teleport here.
I already woke up.
Oh. Teleport to the main base.
Oh, wait, my stuff's right there. Do I need it? No, I can just grab it. And my gear's broken. I don't know. I probably can't fix it here. I'm sure I don't have the supplies here to fix it. Yeah, I don't. Alright. Where did that thing come from?
No, we're true dons. They're everywhere.
I mean, I like literally could not see it. I was just trying to get some berries to feed my little kids, and this thing comes out of nowhere and attacks me.
Yeah, they're those little tiny animals.
Are those the ones that you're supposed to give them something or they get pissed?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, I cannot see. All right, can you remind me later that I need to come back here and put some...
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I know what I can do. Come here, damn it. Okay, and this is where my little thingy comes in handy. So I click on 8, right mouse click, that's Sweeney Blue. And Sweeney Blue's right in front of me. Maybe it'll land, maybe it won't. There we go, it landed. All right, so let's do this. Sometimes I actually do think I'm cold. All right, we're going to pick you up. My God, it's too dark. I can't see. And hopefully we'll have nothing to eat you while I do this. All right. And grab Leafy. And we're going to throw Leafy down here. Looks like we got a couple other people that have joined the stream. Welcome to those of you who have joined the stream. Feel free to drop in chat, ask questions, say hi. My name is Todd of Todd's Treehouse. And with us is Ruby in the Sunshine. We're playing on ARK. It's a private server that's run and managed by Ruby as the main administrator, and I have been granted access as the secondary. So we're going to go to Todd's Waffle House. So only half of my guy was in the circle, but he made it. Okay, I brought you company, Mr. Pengy. Let's see here. I think I got berries. Broken gear. I should probably put some clothes on because I do have viewers. I'll check something here. Participants. Let's see here. Sorry, I was just looking at my streaming stuff there, folks. I get distracted. Apologize for that. Okay, this is a purple. Different color drops have different levels of stuff. And the red drops are the best drops. Is that a Giggy? Is that a Giggy? Or is that a Rex? Where'd it go? Okay, a dinosaur literally just disappeared off the map. It's a Rex. Maybe that was it. It jumped down. Sometimes they put these little things in kind of difficult locations. So to get them, you have to finagle. And yeah, what sucks, it's just a blueprint. But it's kind of like Christmas, you know, when you open up those presents from people that you see maybe once a year at Christmas. And could it be one of those plaid sweatshirts that your second cousin's aunt knitted 3 years ago? Mikey G! Welcome to the stream. When did you sneak in? You must have just snuck in, Mikey. Welcome to the stream. Mikey, who is in chat with us, as I'm aimlessly flying around. Let me get my bearings here. Okay. Mikey also plays on this server. However, Mikey has had some computer issues because he, how can I put it politely? Probably download some stuff he shouldn't download. Mikey's a younger gentleman from New York. And he is full of energy. And at times, Mikey has made me raise my voice. Me being the calm and professional emergency personnel that I am, at times, Mikey has brought me into an absolute screaming rant. Oh, is the Easter stuff out yet? Baby?
I can turn it on, but we'd have to leave the server.
Okay. I just, no, the reason I was asking was I just saw a trike over here that's got some pinkish color in it.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah, the animals, the color of them will come in, but not all the other Easter stuff.
okay. I don't know if it's East. I don't know if it's Easter or just a natural. Maybe that's just a natural color. Is that natural or is that Easter? I don't know. Yes, it is natural, or yes, it is Easter, Mikey. Okay, so now we are back at the main base. Is that who's flying around? Ruby, did you just move one of my Drake?
No, I did not.
What in the heck? I literally flew over. Sweeney P flew a circle and then landed. That is weird. All right, we're going to land real quick here. Let's check what we got in inventory here. Dab, 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 dab. I'll leave the meat in there. And we're going to go repair my gear. It's natural. Okay, thank you, Mikey.
Hello.
Mikey, how you doing?
I'm good.
You're good? Which way?
Got a new leather jacket today.
You did? What color is it? Pink?
No.
No. Black?
Yeah.
What kind of leather jacket? A bomber jacket?
Kinda. You have a tech teleporter?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Uh-huh. That's why you need to get your stuff fixed so you can come back and play with us. We got a lot of stuff going on. You need...
Ark's boring, though.
it's boring because you want it to be boring. It's boring because you can't run around and shoot me all the time. Right?
Maybe. Possibly.
Maybe. Possibly. Let's just go with yes, Todd, that is correct.
Let's go with no Todd.
And again, this is one thing that our young kids of today just don't respect their elders. And this is a prime example of one of those young guys that does not respect his elders as though he should.
I'm gonna try to log on to ARK.
All right. Ruby, was that mean? She may have stepped.
Hi.
Ruby's quiet whenever I'm streaming. She doesn't talk like she normally does. She needs to talk more. She needs to sing because she has a beautiful voice. Take me home, country road, to the place I belong. Step in any time and sing with me, West Virginia. Okay, so let's see here. Where have we not been to? So we got our stuff repaired. All right, so you've seen my base. You've seen our main base here.
Show them my base.
I did. I showed him yours, and I went to the original area where we started at, or I started at. And then, okay, so we've got another couple things here. We're now flying south on the map. We're flying south, and we are flying over the volcano region. And this is another thing. These developers on this game, besides their obsession with poop, have really done a good job with the graphics. And, like, you'll get steam, and the steam starts coming out of the water spouts. And I don't know if it kills you. I've really never stepped into it. And then the volcano will actually erupt, and then the lava flows will actually turn red, and they will kill you. White is the lowest, and then green is the second to lowest random drops. So we generally, at this point, just kind of leave those be.
Unless they have a ring around them.
Unless they what?
Unless they have a ring around them. You want to get a
Well,
yellow ring.
A yellow ring?
Yeah, it means they're really good. It means they're above stuff.
Are you fibbing with me, Mike?
No, I'm not. Oh, you're using the stream layout. I even noticed.
You're what? Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, actually, the stream layout that is on the top and the bottom of my stream, that was worked on with Mikey and another individual that he knows, and they did that for me. Don't forget to like the video, and drop in chat. Say hi in chat. I'm not looking to get rich off of YouTube, not looking to make a living. This is just kind of a hobby and my ability to share some of this creativity. Because frankly, 35 years ago, well, let's go 33 years ago, 34 years ago, well, it's maybe 30 years ago. I sat at a friend's house in Muskegon, Michigan, and he was completely geeked because he was using an entire IBM mainframe system to make a box, a three-dimensional box, spin around. And then he called me over one day and said he had this really cool thing. And he started typing in a little green box and then hit the enter key. And then about 5 minutes later, something came back in Japanese. And I said, "What is that?" And he says, "I don't know, but I'm talking with somebody in Japan. It's called the internet." And to think nowadays, everything else has changed, and we have all of this. And frankly, without it, I would not have met some really, really cool people. Ruby, did you put a transporter over here at the volcano base?
No, I did not.
Okay, I think I have one on me. I do have a pad. I'm going to drop one here.
Alright, cool.
And this is our volcano base. I'm going to kind of put it out in the field a little bit to the near that big rock. So now we can teleport. These are some ankylos that I picked up along the way. Trained them, and these do some of our farming for metal, crystal, stone. This is called our volcano base. It's really not anything super exciting. These are my 3 gigas. Sweeney Gigabyte. Giggity Sweeney. And Sweeney Greeny. And these are gigas. And look at those teeth, folks. Look at those teeth. He's just looking at me going, I want to eat you. Yes, Todd, I want to eat you. You look good. You look like Russian caviar. This is Yeri. I am Yeri the Giga. I'm going to eat you. And he would eat me. And then these are some of our volcanoes. Oh, somebody made a misspelling. Volcano Sex. Volcano 2. I think that was supposed to be 6. Mikey. Volcano 3. Yeah, I'm guessing that was a mistake of a typo. Well, good thing we're not monetized. And then this is Rexy. And then basically what this one was up here, we put in a generator, refrigerator, some beds. We put in some stones. If you look over in that area where the white things are, kind of where the crosshairs of my gun tip are, that's a little cavern in there, and there's a tunnel that goes under there and then comes out over here. And there are wyverns in there, and those wyverns have eggs, and they have nests, and you fly through there. But the wyverns will attack you. They're very powerful. You cannot tame them. You can kill them. You can't tame them, but you can steal their eggs and then hatch their eggs. So Ruby and myself developed a plan where one would kind of go kamikaze through there and drag them out into this area, and then the other person would sit up here and shoot at them. And once we cleared enough out, then we could go in and collect some eggs. Because once you have an egg, they will continue to follow you until you're like 16 miles away, or you're dead, or they're dead. So this was kind of set up as a little barrier, so you could sit out here and go pew, 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 pew. And then when he came at you, you quickly ducked through the door, came around here, and then either the gas, electricity, or the cloud would you'd be protected by the cement. So this wasn't intended as a mainstay base. This was just kind of a collection base. Of course, the beds are, when you die, you resurrect at a bed. Then you come get your stuff out of your gravestone. And here we have a refrigerator because the eggs have to be stored in the refrigerator. And we have a 25, an 85, a 9, 15, and a 25. So we've got some lower level eggs over here. And then, of course, we have the generator and then just a little storage unit. And, of course, our S+ table where we Build every. Yeah. Ruby, why are you so quiet?
My head hurt.
Oh, okay. So one of our viewers in the stream just asked, is Ruby hot and is she married? Well, as inappropriate as I feel it would be to answer.
Oh, and yes.
And nobody really asked that question, but I just thought I'd be a smart ass. And you're probably going, I know, because you're probably one of the people watching. So I'm taking, ouch,
Running back.
a little stroll through here, and I don't have the right kind of mount. As you can see, there's a nest right there, and there is an egg in it. I cannot really maneuver this one well, and now this guy's going to come attack me because I got too close to his eggs. But I'll just fly away. I didn't have an egg, so eventually he'll stop following me. And I'm pretty strong, so I don't think it's going to kill me.
Todd, can I tell you something?
Yes, you can.
They will only attack you if you steal their egg or they see you. They won't attack you if you get too close to their nest. If you didn't know that.
Right. Right. I mean, but I kind of got like right in his face. So we are entering what's called the Redwoods right now. This is the Redwood forest, and this is one of our. There are 3 beacons throughout the island. It's or throughout each one of them, and we have a pink purple drop here. And it has not come down, and it's got a yellow ring around it. So we are going to land and wait for that little sucker. But while we're doing that, we're going to go over here. Let me move around a little bit. All right. Sometimes these guys are a little bit hard to maneuver. Where the pterodactyls, I call them, are much more maneuverable. So as
I don't know why they gave the dinos different names.
I don't know. Probably because they didn't want to get sued by the dinosaur god.
Probably because they don't want to get sued by dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are called. God, and I'm going to mispronounce this. I say this wrong. Oblicus.
Oblicus.
Ruby.
It's an obelisk.
Obelisk. Thank you. Okay, so this does have a yellow ring around it. Mikey, I may actually believe you for something now.
Alright.
I'm going to see. You're not kidding, Mikey. I take everything back that I said bad about you.
Oh, nice. Trended metal sickle.
Yeah. I've learned something new today. I did not know that. Thank you, Mikey, for teaching an old man.
You're welcome. You're not old.
Okay, this is called a Ruby. Obelisk. So the premise is that by using each one of these, there's a red, a green, and a white. We will eventually summon the sub-bosses through these portals, and then we will fight them. And once we have fought all 3 of them, at that point, then we can take on the big main boss and the overseer. And then once we take on the overseer and we kill the overseer, then at that point, we've won the game.
Your implant gets upgraded. Your special implant that is in your arm.
Yeah,
In
so
your left arm.
so what he's talking about is if I bring up my map, nope, I can't do it in that hand.
Well, if you zoom in.
Yeah. Well, I zoom in, but I'm on my mount, so
You should be able to take it out.
yeah, it's not showing up. So, anyways, once we take on that overseer, then we can actually advance our levels up even more, and you get rewards and stuff like that. So, this is we're approaching our redwood base. This is just built as more of a retreat, relaxation retreat. This was a custom build and design by Todd's Treehouses.
Mike's Treehouse is not Todd's, Mike's.
Okay. You believe that, Mike?
Nope.
Oh, I landed right on the teleporter. Okay, why are all the animals like huddled up at the back door?
I haven't been on.
They killed that Scylla, that
Okay.
cat thing.
Aw, you guys killed a Scylla?
It killed a bunch of stuff.
Aw.
So, anyways, this is actually one of my builds.
Mike's
yeah.
build?
And why is that my Drake down there?
Mom.
Oh. I'm gonna have to go see if that's my my Drake down here. Wow, I'm getting squirreled a lot today. So anyways, this is just a nice relaxing view. In here we've got some tables, chairs, warm colors, a little food, a couple fireplaces. This door right here takes us back out to the front. We've got our generator there. Got some beds used for travel and sleep. Nice little reading nook. And then back in this area is where we have one of our workshops and storage. So, and we have some people that are coming through the walls there. So let's see if we can kind of organize these guys a little bit. This is my beaver cleaver. I'll move Mr. Beaver over here. Let's get this little guy. He's our rock getter. Gonna move him over here. This guy does not have a saddle on him. And this guy is a big guy. So we're going to move him back here. And sometimes when you're moving these guys around, you have to kind of take a big loop. Megalithauruses. I'll move these guys out here. These guys are used for like a train almost. At one point I had one set up, follow the other, and then the other. Yeah, you can see. Oh, the polar bear. You have to have a saddle for the polar bear.
think so.
Okay. This is Ruby's polar bear. Her name is Polar Bear. Ruby is very creative with names. And Todd will get smacked later because he's being a smarty but dirty. Oh, and I put you back on follow. I forgot to take you off follow. So we'll move these guys out here a little bit. Just kind of making a bigger protection circle. These guys are kind of fun to ride. Oh, we got another polar bear. Oh, that's right. You got two of them, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I got a male and a female.
Let's get the male and the female next. The way it should be. A male and a female. Oh my God. And if you guys maybe hear like a high pitch in the background, let's see. We're going to see. This is one of my kitties. I'm going to get him on the screen. So this is Rain. And Rain comes down and lays next to me on the table. But Rain snores. What, baby? Yes, you're snoring. You're snoring. Smile. Smile, Rain. Smile, you are on YouTube. You're on YouTube. Yes, you are. Oh. What? Oh, now Daddy woke you up. Now you want some attention, huh? So that's my little buddy, Rain. All right, and now back to the stream. Oh, shit. And it's two moose. I tamed these moose, didn't I? Yeah, they're Sweeney's. With all of us sharing, all of our stuff kind of goes under a common guild or group. So we all kind of pick out a theme name. So most of mine are Sweeney's. Yeah, you lost two vultures. What else did we lose? Something else we lost in this. Let me see if I can figure it out. Whose griffin was that? Buck Peak? Huh. Oh, my Gillis was killed. And 2 vultures. And a Paradon. Okay. I wonder if that was one of the griffins that I lost. Maybe. Are you outside, Ruby, in your garage?
I was.
So I could tell you responded from in on the computer.
I think that may have been Sharp's griffin. Because it was killed way before any of the other stuff was.
Yeah. So, folks, that is the... but you can see beautiful view. The sky's a little bit cloudy today. So we have 2 other bases to head to. And I still do not have my winter gear, so I need to take the long way around. Up to our right here is... It goes up over the mountains and into the cold area. However, I do not have my cold weather gear with me, so I can actually freeze to death. I will show you as I enter. Down in the right-hand corner, you're going to see a little marker come up that's going to tell you I am cold. What is going on with the colors on this screen all of a sudden? So this is going to say that I am cold. I'm still kind of in the in-between area. And then you get different types of animals up here. Now, you see that little ice cube? That means that I am freezing to death. And unless I make some quick maneuvers to get out of this area or put my cold weather gear on, I will eventually freeze to death. Down in the very right corner, bottom right corner, is a little plus sign. That is my health, which starts dropping because I am freezing to death. So once I get out of that area and into a warmer zone, then that goes away. So this is the redwoods. I haven't explored a lot in here. We did find one artifact in here. I found that one kind of by mistake. And we need to collect artifacts, and I'm not exactly sure how many before we can start, because you have to have the artifacts to open the portals. So as we come over the mountain peak here, this is the new area that was recently opened, and this is called the Sands, the Desert. And there's some bad stuff out here. There is a golem that has kicked my butt more than once. That just pops up. You think it's a rock, and it will attack you. And then there's one thing I haven't seen yet. Ruby, what are those called?
The worm things.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they're called. Death worms, maybe?
Death worms. And I have not seen one. Ruby and I were actually running around trying to find one the other day. Now, this is telling me this is really weird. This has got me burning up and taking damage, and I'm in my desert gear. And then you have down below us different level. There are different animals. There's a few, because each animal has different kind of, some of them are throughout the entire map. Some of them are more zoned to a smaller zone. Some of them are actually like almost a pinpoint dot as to where they're located. Okay, so this one does not have a yellow ring around it. I want to... Yeah, did you know that, Ruby? Oh, I got to get this one quick.
No.
I just got... This did not have a yellow ring around it, but I just got some Ascendant boots out of it. Of course, they're boots that are pretty much useless. And we have set up a base out here in the desert as well, known either as the desert base or the sands base. Now it's telling me that I am warm. We have Ruby has the food and the water set up a little bit more relaxed. On an official server, you really have to be concerned about like all the time watching that you have food and water on you, which is a little bit ridiculous because sometimes you can't even do anything because you're constantly like trying to find food or water or eating. This area has, like I said, some different things. It's got kangaroos in here. Kangaroos can be tamed and used as mounts to ride around on. And we're coming up on what's known as the Temple Gardens. Anybody who watches Syntac, he does a whole series on this. Very informative, very entertaining series. He both live streams and makes great videos. This is where he built a base, and actually, this is the base, if Mikey were on, that I can say Mikey is responsible for getting started and set up. So we really haven't done anything other than put some gear down, collect some animals, and have some beds down here. At this base. All right, I'm going to leave you guys for probably about 4 or 5 minutes. I have to fill up my wine glass, unfill something else, and then step outside and check the weather. I, like other streamers, I do not have a commercial that I can play you or anything exciting, so sit back. I could put the cat camera on. But he's probably going to get up. So I'm just going to let you stare at the chair. So it's stare at the chair time. I'll be back. And everybody, welcome back. It's part 2. Ruby, you still there?
Yep.
Is Mikey still around?
I'm not completely sure.
Nobody ever is, even when he's here. Mikey's a good guy. I forget what it's like to be 11 years old. And probably back in the day, my parents have told me that with all the science and technology out, I probably would have been diagnosed as ADHD. Squirrel. Squirrel. And Ruby, you put a teleporter out here, didn't you? That's right.
Yes.
Cool. So we'll take a quick run around this space. We've gathered a few pets. Ooh, an egg. We have a thorny dragon egg. And some dinosaurs actually, like in the real world, have babies where a male and a female dinosaur get together and they call the stork hotline and they say they want a little baby, and then the UPS driver brings a baby. That's how it's done. Trust me, it's a fact. And some lay eggs, and then the male comes by and looks at the egg, and then he spits on the egg, and then that egg becomes a fertilized egg that you can hatch. Well, sometimes when they don't do this, like chicken eggs at the store, they're just regular eggs that you can eat or use to put in a recipe and make like a quiche or scrambled eggs or bread pudding. Ooh, I have to make my bread pudding. You need to remind me that later. I'm going to an Easter dinner tomorrow. And this guy right here was named after George Bush. His name is just Duh. And as you can see, we have some different kinds of animals that are out here in the desert area. And I was never a big dinosaur. Are these accurate to real life dinos, Ruby?
Apparently so.
Okay. They just came out with a patch a little bit ago, and it's funny because Mikey put signs up. This is a squirrel moment. Mikey put signs up all over here. Let's see if we can read this first one. What's it say? I can't read it. I'll have to fly around and look at it. Let's see the feeding trough while we're here. Feeding trough looks good. We do need to get some berries in there. But Mikey put little signs up. Dino parking. There's little signs all the way. Here's another sign. What's this one say? Oh, this one doesn't have any text on it. There. It's like a dog peeing on a wooden post. I just marked my spot. So this is these damn tails. Oh. So we've got some cooking area over here. We have our teleporter, which Ruby just put down. We have our fabricator here. We have our gravestones here, our beds, some storage, a sleeping bag. Got a couple smithies, 3 smithies to make stuff with, in case, I don't know, we want to make stuff on different smithies. Over here we have some smoking and preserving bins with nothing in them. We haven't spent a lot of time here. Kind of a drop stop. And then up here, oh, there's one of, I think that's mine. Is that mine? Yep, raised by Todd's Treehouse. Ooh, that's got some levels on it. Stamina. Let's increase the weight on him a little bit. Let's increase the health on him. Movement speed is locked in at 100, so there's not a lot that I can do with that. So you just kind of, things that are important: health, stamina, melee damage is always important. If you're in combat, weight is how much they can carry. So, and then we have a whole plethora of forges up here. We collect metal and run it through the forge. And if you watch any of Cintas's videos, he has a huge base built here. He is probably the #1 streamer of ARK. Oh, and this is little Sparky. He's one of my little pets that I have collected along the way. He's got his little Aussie hat on. These guys are all, the only ones you can find are just on a couple little islands, and they are all just level 1. These guys are kind of cool. You pet them, and sometimes they flip. Oops. We also have another mod on here, which is a pickup mod. So you can pick them up and put them on your shoulder and carry them around easily to move stuff. There's our alligator crocodile. Somebody once explained to me the difference between an alligator and a crocodile, and I think it has to do with the type of water that they are accustomed to. One is more of a freshwater, and the other one is a brine, which is a combination of salt and fresh water. But some of them you can see have little arrows above them. That means they're gaining extra experience just because I petted that thing. All right, and this is the desert base. Like I said, we've done some exploring out here, but not a lot. And there are some bad things out here. And then one day while I was exploring the desert area, we're going to head to our last and final base. I ran across something that looked odd. And I noticed a bunch of wyverns. Also, I will use the term wyvern or drake together. Now, this area also here, another squirrel moment here, has kind of an underground cavern system. It's not completely underground, but the water, and this is pretty accurate, though. What happens like out in the west is the water actually carves grooves into the ground. It's the way the Grand Canyon was formed. It's got some bluffs. Designers spent a lot of time on this stuff. I mean, they really have to. It's completely amazing to me to be my age and to think that years ago, I would have been sitting behind a computer talking to people from all over the country and the world, in fact, and like broadcasting this out. I would not have ever in my life thought that was at all possible. Ooh. Is that a cave or an alcove? Oh, there's a bad guy there. And then, just in case you're curious, these different color rocks, like these ones are black and have a metallic look to them. That is where we will get metal from. And then this little thing coming at me is a bad guy, and he will sting me. So we are just going to kill him. The other one kind of left me alone, so I will leave him alone. So when we get metal and stuff like that, we basically farm it. I will actually throw an Anki on my shoulder and then come out and mine stuff. There are other ways to obtain materials for doing stuff. I will leave that for another stream. And we get blueprints. There's a couple different ways of making stuff. One of them is through using blueprints. The other way is you are given engrams every level you go up, and then you can and you know, you want to attack me, I'm bigger than you, so I'm going to eat you. Now, this is the area that I wandered to and found some drakes flying around, or wyverns. And of course, being the dumb idiot that I was, I died about 3 or 4 times until, as you can see, there's some wyverns out there flying around. And wyverns generally just don't fly around. They're generally protecting something. So after some time of investigating the area, and Ruby coming out to join me, actually by a mistake, I took a path that led me to an area I'm going to show you. I want to try to get this drop without dying here. Yeah, just more blueprints. And as you can see, there's just a bunch of them flying around. So I'm thinking, what's going on? Ruby came out here. We started fighting them, dying, and then we realized there's got to be something out here. So in one of my attempts to get away, I flew into this little cavern, and that's when the discovery was made. Now, we are going to change mounts here. We are going to go into this little cave right here. And this is known as our cave base. So we'll do a little bit of explaining about the cave base. The cave base actually, to the back, has 2 small entrances that streams come through that have cut holes in the rock. And then it has, at some point, nature created these caverns, and then when the water flow dropped, it left holes in the caverns and created the things. So Ruby came up with a great idea, was how to protect us was to put up some turrets. So let me get off this guy right here. Maybe even go flying. So these are some of our wyverns that we have collected. These two are rubies, marked with an R. This is toxic. And how do you pronounce that? Your fire drake, Brissinger?
Yeah, Brissinger. It's a book.
Oh, okay. So this area over here, after a couple different tries, and finding out what worked and didn't work, we built a turret system that we can actually fly in, and if one of these things is flying us or following us, the turrets will hopefully kill it. We don't get a lot of traffic through this, and it was my idea for the red light, green light. I just thought it was kind of cool. And this is kind of where we've been hanging out mostly over the past couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks. These are some of my wyverns, and he is a poison wyvern. And this is Ashes, a fire. This is Sweeney Lightning and Electric. And this is Sweeney Snow, relatively new. This was my first egg catch from the snow wyverns or ice wyverns. This does go back up into this area back here. And we have a waterfall, and then these little caverns right here dump out into another field, and I have to be careful because I don't know what's out here. And Ruby did increase the level of difficulty to increase the level of the dinosaurs. So I actually found this secret entrance and then realized this was a huge cave system, and there's another entrance that comes in up there. You either have to fly up there. I haven't found a way to get up there without building something yet. Eventually, maybe I wonder if I can climb up there. Yeah, I can't climb up there. Eventually, I want to build like another glass house up there. But we have fresh water. We have all kinds of materials. Jump. That fall actually hurts. And then I found this cave system. So we did some work. And this has kind of become one of our mainstay bases. We have a teleporter here now. That's relatively new to the game. And then we have, these are our egg hunting pterodactyls. I'm calling them pterodactyls. I can't pronounce it. There are actually 2 different types. There's a smaller one and a bigger one. And the bigger one holds 2. They are kind of hard to find. And this is Sweeney Electra. She's the newest member to my Drake family. She was just hatched a little bit ago. And thank you for pooping on camera. That's one way to get yourself known on YouTube. Oh, and this is our latest addition to the family. Ruby brought this home today. Pup. I wish there's a way to get the thing so it didn't flash in front of it. Yeah, it actually scared me. I kind of landed up here and it was staring at me. I'm going like, what? He goes, oh, I brought home a pet. This is our nanny. She helps raise everything. This is our egg collector. We do breed some stuff, and then we just have the basic setup for supplies and storage. These birds right here are all breeders. They're breeding. We've got an ankylo that collects our materials for us. Metal, stone, flint. And then this is where I originally set things up. Put a generator here. Put some beds here. Here's Mikey's character. We've got a generator, stone, and a refrigerator. And the refrigerator is where we keep all of our eggs. Now these yellow and gray ones are the birds down there. We brought some up. And then these other red, blue, and green eggs are the ones that we are collecting. And then stuff that does spoil, like rare mushrooms, rare flowers, and some berries we keep in here. And meat, of course. Speaking of which, I should probably eat a little bit. And then stuff that I collect. I have to be quiet about this, because I have a secret hiding area. Don't tell anybody. Shh. This is my secret storage. So don't tell anybody it's here. This is where I store some of my stuff. Shh. So, now what we are going to do is show you how we get those eggs. So we are going to get on one of the pterodactyl birds. Has a couple levels on it. I'm gonna bump up the health. Maximum speed, we've decided. Max speed out at 200. Weight just needs to be enough to carry me and maybe a couple eggs. Stamina. Not doing a lot of super long runs on this, but health is important. And down here you see what's called imprinting. This means that when I hatched the egg on this one, the nanny below that I pointed out was there, and the nanny helped raise it. And imprinting, and I don't know any of the statistics on here. I'm sure somebody does. But the imprinting actually increases some of the damage and things without adding stuff in. And then we have some basic storage units here. When you kill things, sometimes you get trophies. Collecting stuff, you get blueprints. There's my winter gear. Okay, woo. All right, we're going to move all of this, so at least I know where it is. And then you get blueprints. I like to kind of store blueprints in one area or get them in a piece of equipment that's going to work for them. And then this egg, if I click down, I can either eat it, I can drop it, which makes it go away. I wish you could throw it at moving cars. You can use some of this stuff. There's recipes that you can make, like specialized foods that, and you do that in cooking pots, or you attach a recipe to a cooking device And then you can make specialized recipes that gives you either more stamina or reduces the amount of cold. You know, has an impact on you. They're kind of buff foods. Okay, so as you can see here, we have a line of turrets set up. And then I'm going to kind of come out here for a second. Now, I am slow flying. This bird will actually take off quite quickly, but I'm kind of slow flying here. So in this neat kind of water and cavernous area, out here flying around, you are going to see the drakes, and they can come at you from any direction. As long as I don't get too close to them, they'll kind of leave me alone. But if I get too close to them, and they physically see me, then they will chase me. So during this incident, I was actually on one of these birds, and I got chased into here. And that's when I noticed the little corner down here as I came flying around here. And I noticed that little hole over there. So I did some more exploring and realized that that little hole in there is a drake nesting ground, and that's what they were protecting. So with some creativity, perfect timing, thank you RNG, we created a basic turret system that I built around this rock facing. We do have collide shut off on this server, so we can build into, and we also had it set up so you can build further out than more than one foundation or two foundations. And through some trial and error, we found out, because stuff will take damage, that our turrets kept getting shut down because they were getting, the wires were getting damaged. So, okay, we got plenty of fuel here. So I am going to show where the wires are. And this is something that I upgraded a little bit. These little sparkly things are boxes. And we got the wires here. We kept getting attacked, and it would eat or burn these wires, and then the guns would go down. So after some thinking and conversation, we figured out that if we protect these by building metal around them, then we will not lose our turrets. And then today, I actually built what I call a very redundant system of electric. So if one of these particular lines gets broken, it doesn't mean the electrical connection is completely broken. It costs a little bit more in resources, but well worth it. As you can see, you will see here in a second. Other thing that was an absolute addition from today is, let's oops, hide wires. Make sure that door gets shut. Is these 5 turrets right here. Previously we had 5 regular turrets. These 2, the one up there, and then the 2 that are in the back here, were mounted up where these 5 were, or where these bigger turrets are. These shoot 4 bullets at one time, and because we increase the level of the drakes or the dinosaurs, we needed more gunpowder. So once I enter into here, you can see it's kind of lit right now, but it will go dark. There, it goes dark. Okay, so now I am actually in the cavern, and you can see there are drakes flying around. I am safe as long as one of them doesn't spot me and or I steal an egg. So I'm looking right now. They have, some of them are hard to see, but the eggs will glow. And that's why these things are so much more maneuverable than flying on the drakes. The drakes are like 20 times faster and carry a lot more weight, but controlling them and turning on a dime is really, really a pain. The first time I flew a drake, you probably all would have been peeing your pants laughing. So the farther we get into the cave, all right, here you can see is a nest and it has an egg on it. Now, the level of the egg is random. This is a level 35 egg. Now, that level is not going to increase. So basically, I need to pick it up and get it out of here. Now, as you can see, I have pissed everybody off. So I am going to have like 16 wyverns following me around. There's another egg. Let's go for a double here. Maybe not be a best idea. No, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. That's going to kill me. And now I have lost my way. I think I found my way again. Okay, now I know where I am. And I have every drake in here really mad at me right now. Crap, I am completely flying the wrong direction and trying to get out. Because if I get hit by their stuff, that stuff can really, really be dangerous. Okay, and there's my little hole. I added lights down here so you could see this hole. And then I skim the top or I fall in. That's the last thing I wanted to do. And now the turrets do their job. No! And I'm on fire. And I'm killed. Hey, Ruby?
Yeah?
Those new turrets do really good. So now comes the question, do I still have the egg? And I still do. Use the gravestone to gather my stuff. My gear was not broken. It's going to need repair eventually, but I can put my clothing back on. All of my little skins that I got. Every time you die, you get different skins that change things. But I did get the egg. Now, it's only a level 35 egg. it's in good shape, but I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. Like I said, if you don't collect them, they'll just sit there, they go bad, and bigger level eggs don't spawn. And then one of these days we'll make like a drake stew. Now, one of the nice things is your gear generally does not get damaged when you, like, it's stuff that you're storing. If you're wearing it and you're attacked, yes, it will take damage. But if it's in your inventory, however, every once in a while something can get taken from you by the right thing. And this is our little trophy thing. We've killed, or collected at least, 58 talons from lightning, 45 from poison, 38 from fire. I haven't figured out what the... I killed a few ice wyverns, but they don't leave anything. So I lost a bird in that. So now we're going to go grab number 3 here. Number 3 has actually been really good to me. And then this green light you see over here, that's where my body is. So now when I come back down here, I still may have activity going on. As you can see, there's a plethora and pile of dead drake bodies. So we've got some cleanup on aisle 6 to do. When you do kill something, you quickly look at its inventory. I like this one. This one, it must have been the one that killed my bird, because it's got, that stuff's trash. And then I take out my hand and I'm going to kill it. Okay, so now this is the other thing. They get trapped. There's one over there having a seizure. So sometimes they get trapped, but I'd like to try to recover that saddle that I had, and I'm not sure where. So we're going to come down here and just start looking through stuff. That's got a trophy. It's got a recipe. The rest of that is no good. So we're going to hack him up. Alright. And then see little bags every once in a while. Oh, crap. Oh, that was a lightning wave. That was the one I just hacked up. Okay, now we're going to go for a swim. See what this one has to offer. Trophy. None of this is any good. So we're going to hack it up. And I have to watch my oxygen level because I'm underwater. This one has a trophy, a recipe. We don't need the arrows, so I'm going to hack it up. I need to go up for air. And back down. I did not realize until a while ago this is just regular clothing. If it was special, it'd be have a color on it. I don't need any of that stuff, so we're gonna hack it up. We actually will need these trophies to fight the bosses because you have to put them down. I'm actually, what I'm doing right now is looking for the bag from my mount to see if I can save the saddle. Otherwise, where he was killed at. There actually is scuba gear too, which is kind of cool. And so, yeah, I cannot find my little satchel bag. So, I mean, it's not super important. It's a saddle. Saddles can be replaced. The emotional aspect of losing a bird is that's what's the hardest thing to deal with. Ruby, should we sing our song?
Should be what?
Should we sing our song?
No.
It was a good bird, and it flew that day for the last time. Now, the one nice thing is we cleared a few of them out. And that was partly my bad. I kind of got smart to try to get 2 eggs and show off on stream. And I 21 egg, really. And see how here they're all coming again. How am I getting so turned around? Oh my god, I'm getting turned around, Ruby. Oh crap. And they were waiting for me.
I always get turned around inside there.
And here they come. Now this is the fun part, is you come out here, hide your bird around here. That's supposed to be the plan. Then I switch to my rifle. And then hide over here. And as stuff comes through, shoot it. And then they get stuck on these rocks, so you come around here. That's how it's supposed to go. So you go in there, get that stuff, and then you... Now, I still have the egg in my possession, I think. I haven't checked. Yes, I do. So I still have the potential, if I get too close to the little hole, that they may kind of say, hey, you got one of our eggs. And you just chopped up Grandma and Grandpa. So they may come out and try to attack me again. And yes, that's what they just did. I'm pretty safe as long as I'm underwater. But like I said, I can't stay underwater forever. Ideally, it would be to pull all of them out of here and then go back in and collect all the eggs. But yeah, the game figured out that it doesn't want us doing that. Where's my dead body? And then we also put a little metal chest in here, which serves a couple different purposes. It gives us our extra supplies we need. And then we can store stuff here if we're like getting multiples. But I want to get this egg upstairs. So we're gonna fly up the waterfall. Ruby, what are you doing?
Taming a basilosaurus.
Basilosaurus. What's that?
A water critter. Like a whale?
Oh. So what are we going to do with all these eggs? Just throw some of them away? Or?
Do what?
All these drake eggs we have, or wyvern eggs. The low-level ones?
Oh, I don't know. I guess. Throw some of them out. I don't know.
I wonder if there's a...
Save them for people who join the server?
I guess that's true. And always stick some meat in here. Keep these full. We got plenty of berries. Lots of prime meat. What do we go? I gotta figure out what sulfur used for. I know it's used for something. Is that for making like preserved salts or something? Ooh, I need to bring more silk in. Although it's probably... the smithy. Oh yeah, we got plenty of silk. God, and if I was this organized in real life, isn't it sad that you're more organized in a video game than you are? You don't have to respond to that. Yeah, like so you can see right here, like there's medical brew, energy brews, jerky, um, and some of these we already can make. Um, Vegetarian dish refreshes your body like an oasis, helps you keep hydrated and cool. This is, I think, one of the things if you're like that you might want to have this food out when you're in the desert and eat that. It'll give you a buff. Rockwell Mind Wipe. Mind Wipe is actually really kind of cool. It's a food that you eat and you can use to mind wipe, so you can reset all your engrams and learn stuff. Oh, a kibble recipe! I did not see this one. Rockwell egg-based kibble. Well, we'll make it balanced pet food. It can be eaten by any tamed creature as long as cooking time removes excess water. Which means sometimes it will last for a long time on the shelf. We'll need to test the egg meat vegetarian combination. Curry. Oh my god, I hate curry. Do you like curry?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I can't remember eating it, so I'm not sure.
It's prevalent in Indian flavored foods. Some British food because of course they kind of, I guess, attempted to colonize India. I have to be in the absolute right mood to eat curry. All right, we'll take one more trip in here. Once I've cleaned out. I know I saw a couple more eggs in here. Not necessarily the further back in the cave you get are the higher level eggs. But they're harder to get, so realistically they should be higher level eggs. Something just scared the shit out of my mouth. Oh, there is a fire egg there. Oh crap, I got a lot of them following me. I want to grab that fire egg though. Shit. Shit. Now, I'm going to try a little bit of a cheat here. Eight. Oh shit, I didn't have a chip in that one, did I? Damn it. Oh, my gear's broken. So now I need to grab another mount. Speed's maxed out. Kick some weight up. Alright, let's go see if we can rescue our buddy there. I didn't see him die, so he's probably back here somewhere. There he is. Alright, now I got him following me. Let's get out of here. And there's an egg here, so let's grab the egg real quick. Ooh, 140. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? No, crap. And this is why you don't get attached to your guys. That's why they all have numbers. You know, after a while, it should just say, hey, you've probably got enough skins. Just stop.
I know.
Okay, I have a mount down there. Geronimo! Oh, the water's cloudy all of a sudden.
Oh, because it's raining.
All right, go on. Is that you?
Yeah, I'm okay. I got a shark killed, but I'm okay.
Ooh. Blue gear. Oh, I got a new hatchet. Oh. $2.31 ice egg. Or not ice egg, but electric egg.
Oh, nice.
And that's why we do all these. Why does it feel like we're out of power? Well, we're not. It's just dark out. This is where I need to be careful. Wow, exactly. So this is when I need to be careful, and I went right through the hole. And there was like a whole bunch of them waiting for me. So coming from that direction. And great, my bird took off. Oh, there's my bird right over there. All right, which wires got knocked out here? How the hell did it eat so much wire up? So much for my double redundancy system. All right, folks. Well, I think I'm going to end the stream. Not sure exactly how long I've been going right now. Thank you for all that stuck through, watched, liked. We've got a couple subscribers today. Appreciate it. Those of you who looks like we've been going for 3 hours. So I'm going to end it right now. Maybe tomorrow. Well, tomorrow's Easter, so happy Easter to those of you who celebrate Easter. Be safe out there. Please do not drink and drive. It's personal to me, number one. There's personal reasons. Number two, on a professional level, I see how drinking and driving has impacted so many people's lives. And unfortunately, I have been on too many scenes that ended very sad or poorly because someone made the decision to drink or drive. So anyways, please be safe out there. Don't drink and drive. Remember, if you hear sirens behind you, use your mirrors, pull over to the right, allow them enough time to access and move around you, leave an opening for them, and please do not pull in front of a street that they may be turning on. And for God's sakes, please, 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 just don't slam on your brakes. It makes our life kind of miserable. So that's out. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for coming today. Have a nice day.